If you are parenting a child with ADHD, you know that the standard advice, just be more consistent or use a sticker chart, often falls flat. You might feel like you're constantly nagged, exhausted, or wondering why your child can remember every detail of a video game but can't remember to put their shoes on. Hi, I'm Dr. Shauna. I'm a double board certified psychiatrist specializing in children and adolescents, and today we're counting down the 10 essential tips for parenting an ADHD brain. We're moving past the behavior and looking at the brain. And make sure you stay until the end, because tip number 10 is the one that will actually save your relationship with your child during the teenage years. Tip number 1 is to externalize time. ADHD brains struggle with time blindness, which means time is an invisible, slippery concept to them. To help, you have to make time physical and visual. Use analog clocks where they can actually see the hand moving, or time timers that show a red disc disappearing as the minutes tick away. Don't just say you have 5 minutes. Show them what 5 minutes looks like so their brain can actually process the countdown. Tip number 2 is to use visual anchors. Working memory is often very limited in kids with ADHD. If you give 3 instructions at once, like brush your teeth, get your bag, and put on your coat, the first 2 usually evaporate before they even leave the room. Use checklists with pictures of icons taped to the door or the bathroom mirror. This way, the list becomes the boss and the visual reminder they need, which saves you from having to repeat yourself. Tip number 3 is reward the effort, not just the result. ADHD brains are dopamine starved, which means they need immediate feedback to stay motivated. If you tell them they can have a prize at the end of the week, they're already lost interest by Tuesday. Rewarding the start of a task, saying, "I love how quickly you sat down to start your math," is much more effective for their brain than waiting to say, "Great job getting an A," 2 weeks later. Tip number 4 is to create a dopamine menu. When an ADHD brain is bored or understimulated, they will often stimulate themselves by picking a fight with a sibling or jumping on the furniture. Create a literal list of healthy quick hits they can choose from, like a 1-minute dance party, playing with a fidget toy, or doing a heavy lifting task like carrying the laundry. When they start to spiral, ask to pick one thing from their menu to reset the brain. Tip number 5 is the 1 instruction rule. To prevent being mentally overwhelmed, give exactly 1 command at a time. State the instruction, wait for them to finish it completely, and only then give the next one. Here is the secret trick. Have them repeat the instruction back to you before they move. This ensures the information actually moved from their ears into their working memory and didn't just drift away. Tip number 6 is to reduce visual noise in their environment. An ADHD brain is designed to notice everything all at once. If their study area is covered in toys, colorful pens, and posters, they physically cannot focus on their homework. Keep their work areas as boring as possible. Use bins with solid lids to hide the clutter and clear the desk of everything except the one task they are working on. The less there is for their eyes to catch, the more they can focus. Tip number 7 is to practice co-regulation before correction. When your child is having a meltdown, their upstairs brain, the part that logic lives in, is completely offline. You cannot reason with a child in the middle of a storm. Your only job in that moment is to be the calm to their storm. Take deep breaths yourself and stay quiet. Once they are physically calm and regulated, then you can have a productive conversation about their behavior. Tip number 8 is to anticipate transitions. Moving from a high dopamine task like playing an iPad to a low dopamine task like going to bed is physically painful for an ADHD brain. Don't yell reminders from the other room. Walk over, put a gentle hand on their shoulder to get their attention, and give them a 2-minute warning. This physical connection and transition time helps their brain prepare for the shift without a total meltdown. Tip number 9 is to view exercise as brain fuel. Movement increases the production of dopamine and norepinephrine, which are the exact same chemicals found in many ADHD medication. If your child has a big task or a long homework session, have them do 10 jumping jacks or run a lap around the yard first. For an ADHD brain, movement isn't a distraction. It is often necessary prerequisite for them to be able to sit down and focus. Now for the final tip, which is actually the most important. We need to focus on connection over compliance. Children with ADHD receive significantly more negative feedback than other kids by age 12. They've heard thousands of more no's and don'ts than their peers. Make sure your relationship isn't just a series of corrections and reminders. Spend 15 minutes every single day doing whatever they want to do. This builds the relational bank account and trust you need when you eventually have to set a hard boundary. Parenting a child with ADHD isn't about fixing them. It's about building a world that fits their brain. You are their advocate, their coach, and their safe harbor. If these helped you feel a little less overwhelmed, hit the like button and subscribe for more evidence-based parenting strategies. If you're curious about how ADHD looks in girls, specifically check out my video on the hidden signs of ADHD in women. I'm Dr. Shauna, and I'll see you in the next one.